Hey folks, happy Saturday. Hope everybody's doing well. I guess most of you in here are probably from the States and all filled up on turkey and stuffing and all the rest of it, and enjoying your long Thanksgiving weekend. So happy Thanksgiving to all you folks. Yeah, up in Canada here, we had our Thanksgiving, and it was, it was about a month ago. For whatever reason, we do it a much earlier than you do. So thanks everybody for showing up. Much appreciated. Hope everybody's good. So yeah, it's the monthly time. It's the only free weekend I've had this month actually. It's the gigging's been keeping me pretty busy on the Saturdays, but I'm not actually. I did one last week, and now I don't have another one until New Year's Eve. So I've got all of December off, which is kind of cool because and I saw some of you mentioning how cold it is where you are, and it's the winter is definitely hit. So it's pretty cold here, and freezing my ass off the last couple of days. Picking up the leaves. They finally all fell off the trees, and then today I put the Christmas lights up, and it's been freaking cold. Let me just say hello to the people that have joined us here. We got Paul Liu. Hey, Paul, nice to see you. Daniel Newberry. Hope you're doing well. There's Gary. Hey, Gary, how are you? There's Tyler Patterson. Nice to see you. There's Mitch. How's Mitch doing? Steve Auger. Just make sure I'm not missing anybody here. Say that, everybody. Yeah, I think I got everybody. Yeah, Tyler, our Thanksgiving was a month ago, and I don't remember it. Oh, yes. Thank you, Tyler. Yeah, the Calling Dr. Love. Yeah, that was Charles' idea. There's another channel you should check out. Charles Green is a really, really awesome dude. He asked me to come on his show, and he wanted me to do. Oh, there's Charles Green. How are you? And he asked me to do a Kiss tune, and so he sent me a track, and he stripped the solo off it, and that's one of my favorite Kiss songs, and more specifically, that's one of my favorite Ace guitar solos. So, and that's kind of my ballpark. So, but it was fun to do, and I'm glad you enjoyed it. There's Cushman. How are you? There's Charles, as I mentioned. How are you? Nice to see you. Thanksgiving isn't a big deal up here compared to down in the States. No, it's not a big deal at all, Daniel. So you're Canadian. Cool. Hey, Papa Blue. Yeah, in the U.S. it's a huge deal. There was football games all day. You had the Black Friday thing going, and there's a Cyber Monday. I mean, the funny thing is we do Black Friday here as well, but our Black Friday is when your Black Friday is, so we just sort of follow the trend, right? So actually, which brings up a point. Let me know if anybody's picked up anything music, gear related for Black Friday. I couldn't help myself. I had to jump on that, and I had to buy something that I don't need. But yeah, I got another piece of kit coming. Hopefully by tomorrow I should have it. There's Jay Miller. Welcome. Nice to see you. Yeah. And just to finish up with Charles just sent me another backing track, so I'll be hopefully have some time to do that. It's a song that I used to cover in a band. Actually, at the end of the hour today, I'm gonna show a clip of a performance with this band that I was in called A Track, and it was a really nice venue, and it was a fundraiser. My wife used to do. If you've been around, you know that I had all these fundraising stuff for cancer going on. I was selling T-shirts, and we were doing these cancer event concert things with 3 different bands, and I got a clip from my band playing at that venue, and I'll show that here at the end. It's actually sounds pretty good. Who else did I miss? Anybody here? Jay, yeah, yeah. So anybody get any? Paul, new Ampete 442 amp switcher. Oh, okay. So you can go from amp to amp, and you've got a lot of amps from what I remember. That's cool. Black Friday since 1984, Snooze Fest. Oh, really? Not a lot of good deals? Not a lot of good deals, eh? Yeah, I picked up, like I said, it's coming tomorrow. I wanted to get like a really good, like a multi-effects unit that wasn't crazy expensive. You know, no Helix, no Neural DSP, no Fractal, something a little less expensive. And because right now all my sound is coming from this thing, which is pretty good. I mean, it's not bad, but I wanted something a little better than that, and so I've got something coming called a Vailton GP200, I think is LT or something. Anyways, it's just a multi-effects, but it's got a lot of built-in amps and different cabs, and you know, so it's gonna sound well from the videos. But you know, it always sounds better on the video than when you actually get it. But on the videos, it sounds great. There's Searching for Tone. Welcome to the channel. If you're new to the channel, folks, please consider subscribing. Online ordering. Yeah, I ordered. I've got it coming from Amazon. What's really messing us up here in Canada, and Daniel, you're Canadian, you're fully aware of this. Right now, we're in the middle of a postal strike. So, if you order anything now, and you're hoping that it's coming, you know, you ordered it through the mail, you're not getting it. They've been on strike now for, I think 2 weeks. I think it's been about 2 weeks. And you know, if you folks aren't familiar, I also smoke cigars. I'm like guitars and cigars. That was a channel I was gonna do years ago, but anyways, I ordered some cigars, and they're probably sitting at some warehouse somewhere getting all dried up because I was dumb enough, and they were just talking about a postal strike at the time, and I went and I ordered it through the post office because that way, if I'm not home, I can go and pick it up afterwards. But anyways, lo and behold, pretty much as soon as they decided to pack it up, they also announced the postal strike. So it left the shop, and it's sitting in a warehouse somewhere, and I'm dying here because, you know, I need my sticks. So I was going to get that mono Beetle box, but way too expensive. Yeah, the mono mixes. Yeah, there's another movie coming out, 1964, I think it's called. They've done a full documentary on the Beatles. From what I understand, the Beatles coming to the U.S. and doing the. I don't know if they're just going to focus on them doing the Ed Sullivan Show, or they're going to talk about, because they did some shows when they were here. It wasn't just, they didn't just come for that. But it's called 1964, and it's all this really cool footage of the Beatles. I'd seen the other one, 8 Days a Week, I think was the one previous to that. That was pretty cool. I saw that in a theater. Yeah, I absolutely love the Beatles, man. Love the Beatles. Beatles 64 today. Great documentary. Oh, cool. So, Daniel, is it just well, first of all, where did you see it? Because I don't know where I thought it would be in the theaters. Let me know where you saw it, because I want to check it out. And is it like the tour, or is it just it's about their first trip to the States in general? Okay, cool. Where did you see that? Is that on Prime or is that on Netflix? Oh, Disney Plus. Shit. So the Disney Plus, man, it's like I had it when they did that other Beatle thing, that Peter Jackson thing. So I got it to watch that, and then they did that series on the Sex Pistols, which I love the Sex Pistols. So I got it for that. So I just get it and watch what I want and cancel it. I guess I got to do it again for the Beatle thing. Guitar Man 45, welcome. Is that a Honeyburst or Gold Top? No, this is a Honeyburst. So this is a guitar that's been fondly named Snots because of the snotty green inlays. This, I think, is a 2005 Les Paul Classic, and they were trying to make like a version of a 1960s guitar. These are actually really good if you see these floating around, but for whatever reason, they decided that when guitars age, the inlays go snotty green. Now, I mean, my guitars aren't as old as 1960, but I don't see any sign of green on any of them, so I don't know where that came from. But anyways, yeah. Limousine. No, that's not the song. You want to play more of that? Let me know if you want to hear more of that riff. I don't want to get another copyright claim because when I did put out the that video of Calling Dr. Love, when I did the the play along and the solo and that got a copyright claim immediately. So Gene is getting my dime like he needs it. Let me know if the guitar sounds alright. Let me know if the tone is good. I had to reprogram my tones into this thing because it just went to shit. So I had to do a whole factory reset, which is a pain in the ass. No, it's not Love 'Em Leave 'Em. I know it sounds kind of like that, doesn't it, Gary? It's not Love 'Em Leave 'Em. It's off the same record, though. It's off the same record. That's what it sounds like. Nice and loud. Good for the neighbors. Well, it's loud to you guys. It's quiet in here. I'm just coming out my little computer monitors here. But yeah. But yeah, that's it. That's all I get. The Black Friday, just got that one piece of gear coming and trying to get rid of some guitars here. Sold a couple. I picked one up in the last month. I'm trying to thin the herd down. It's just stupid for somebody like me to own really more than one guitar because I'm not a professional or anything. But yeah, let me know if anybody's got any questions, gear wise, gig wise. Take Me. That's it. Now you got it. Yeah, that's my favorite record, man. Rock and Roll Over. Thanks, Cushman. Appreciate it. Yeah, I love that. Love that album. That is my number one Kiss record. Yeah. I used to know how to play Mr. Speed, but I'm not even going to attempt it because that's a tricky one. Top 3 for you, Tyler? Yeah. That was them at their peak, man. That was when they were at their peak. For me. Anyways. Yeah. But yeah, what do we got? Let's see. The next show I got coming up with Martin and Pete is going to be, I think, in about a couple of weeks, and we're going to be talking about. Well, I'm gonna save the topic and keep it a surprise for you, but it's going to be fun. Who's my favorite non-Ace Kiss guitarist? 100% Bruce Kulick. No ifs, ands, or buts. He is a fantastic player. Yeah, I really like Bruce's stuff. I mean, Vinny's a great songwriter. His solos, well, the solos they let him play on the records were nothing to write home about. And I don't know, man. You listen to Tommy Thayer on the later Kiss records, like Sonic Boom and Monster, and I mean he's got the Ace vibe, but he ain't playing the catchy Ace solos. Like some of his solos are terrible. He's using the same vocabulary, but he just doesn't have that compositional Ace thing. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that, Daniel. I actually got to spend an afternoon with Bruce Kulick. God, 10 years ago, 12 years ago. He was playing at a. This is when he was with Grand Funk, and he was playing a casino just north of me, about an hour and a half, and went there to see him. I went with somebody who was buying one of his stage. This was going to buy a stage played guitar that night. That's when he was playing the ESP, the Viper, the thing that looked like basically an SG, and that was cool. We met in the lobby and we went up to his suite, and he was pulled out the guitar. I actually got to play Bruce Kulick's guitar. It was cool. It was and then after the show, we met up at the bar, and with not just us, but a few people, and it was kind of cool. Bruce, I'll tell you one thing about Bruce: he doesn't suffer idiots. he's he's cool and all, but he doesn't have any. There's no bullshit with Bruce. Yeah. Yeah, it's yeah, Gary. I've not. Wait, I'm not gonna say I haven't heard any of his solo records. I know there was one I listened to. Or no, no, it wasn't. No, it was Union. When he was with that Union record, or with that Union band with John Corabi. Actually, I met him with John Corabi at a convention years ago, and they had that. Not so much the second Union record, but the first one is really, really good. It was the right band at the wrong time, because that was right when the whole, grunge thing was becoming a thing, and people weren't taking these guys seriously. But that first Union record, I would highly recommend it. It's really good. Karabi, man, that guy's got a killer voice. I mean, if the only thing you've heard of Karabi is on the Motley Crue record, you should really check out Union. Bruce Kulick solo on Holly. His brother. Yeah. Yeah, well that the stuff that he played Bob on Paul Stanley's solo record is just fantastic. Just fantastic. Like those solos are just I mean, I wasn't there, but when the footage came on from not the Monsters of Rock, the Kiss cruise, where they brought both Bruce and Bob, and with the band, and they played, like Bruce played his era stuff, and then Bob played his era stuff. I mean, the stuff that he did on side 2 of Alive 2, and the solo Paul Stanley solo stuff, and that stuff is just crazy good. Work with my drummer to get to the tune. Oh, Guitar Man's 45 is working on something. That's cool. Yeah, the timing was terrible for that, Gary. I haven't listened to that album, Tyler, the Blackjack. Did not listen to that. I did listen to the record that he was on with the Good Rats. The Good Rats was a New York-based band that was sort of on the verge of breaking, but they never really broke out of broke big. But they had some really good albums. The one, by the time Bruce came around, though, I don't think they were putting out as good a material. Kill, expand, balance. I know what. Hey, welcome, Dan. I've not heard. You guys are bringing up giving me ideas for things to check out. Yeah, I've not heard any balance. Yeah, I've heard. I heard that name mentioned with Bob. That was when. That was late '70s balance, wasn't it? I think late '70s. Have you had a chance to check out the new solo record from Burton Cummings? I was pleasantly surprised how great it. Oh, really? That's cool, Steve. No, I have not. Has Burton still got the chops? Can he still sing? Because that's usually what goes with these older guys. You guys are talking Queen? Yeah, Queen is the good rats, loud and greasy. How's that riff go? I used to play that one too, and I can't remember it. I got too much junk on this to play that. It's too noisy. 7982. Okay. Yeah, I played it terribly, Charles. I can play it better. I just don't remember it really well. Yeah, we used to cover that. I've got I have a playlist called Live. There's like it's either live. I'm gonna show here. I was mentioning at the top of the show, and I'm gonna close the show with a live a song that we did at Cancer Fundraiser about 7-8 years ago. It's a Pat Benatar song. But I have a playlist with a bunch of live stuff. You know, and that's one of the songs that we did live or in a rehearsal, and I recorded that. You know, there's a lot of cult stuff, the Lenny Kravitz, like all the stuff that we used to do. Foreigner, Journey, Van Halen. You know, there's some really good live clips of the band playing, either rehearsing or actually playing it on stage. Yeah, check out Rebel Charm. And that's and the Rebel Charm stuff and the 8-track stuff is really cool. Yeah, just have a look. Might find something you like. Can you play a few Sweet riffs? The band Sweet? Oh, I don't know any Sweet riffs. I don't know any Sweet riffs. Burnt Cummings is 76 years old. Yeah, that's why I was asking about his vocal chops. Hey, Spencer. What's happening, brother? What's going on? Are you getting some gigs, or did you find some guys to jam with? Let me know, man. I hate what you're going through, because I'm feeling for you, man. How do you feel about Rat? I think they had some killer riffs, and oh, I love Rat. We did a show on Rat with Pete and Martin. We did a ranking show of Rat. No, I love Rat. Yeah. Their records always sounded so good. Their guitar tones were always so good. And yeah, DeMartini's yeah. Well, I mean both of them, right? You know, Crosby doesn't get, some of the some of the attention he deserves. Everybody just talks about Warren, but both of those guys were a really good pairing. Yeah, the Rad EP. Yeah, the new Jerry Cantrell solo album, really good. Sounds a lot like, Tyler. I can't listen to that stuff. Alice in Chains, I can't get into, and I can't get into, like you say, it sounds like Alice in Chains. That stuff is just, I don't know, after one or two songs, I kind of need a break from it. It's just all kind of like that doomy over and over. I don't know, I can't listen to a whole record of that stuff. I'm not saying it's bad, it's just, it's not for me, that stuff. There's got to be a little more variety. Maybe something happy. Maybe play something in a major key. There's just got to be some more going on. Oh, you forgot about that show. Yeah, that was a good one. That one did pretty well. That one got up into the, I think, 6 or 7 thousand views at the end of it. That was a pretty good one. Yeah, like Round and Round is like that whole record, Out of the Cellar. not the EP, but the actual record. It's got some really good songs on it, man. That one and Invasion of Privacy, Dancing Undercover. Those three, you know. Finally, I was waiting. When is somebody going to make a comment? Yes, I'm wearing a Fender shirt and playing a Gibson guitar. Mr. Rock, welcome. Yeah, he caught it. He caught it. Yeah. Yeah, I love both, man. But I'm more. I say that, and if I did the ratio of what Gibsons that I own to Fenders that I own, it's like 80-20 or 90-10. Those bands like Cry of Love and Badlands. Yeah, I don't know Cry of Love, but Badlands with Jakey Lee. I love Jakey Lee, man. That guy is absolutely phenomenal player. I mean, Bark at the Moon, his playing on that, and Ultimate Sin doesn't get a lot of love, but there's some really good tracks on that too. And then the Badlands stuff, when he kind of stripped it down a little more bluesy, and that he's just a fantastic player, man. The guy's like, yeah, he's off the charts. Yeah, the old mix and match. That's right. Equal opportunity player. That's right, Paul. I don't discriminate. I got a Fender shirt, but my Guitar Hack logo has a Gibson on it. So there you go. Equal opportunity. Andy Scott from Sweat at Blondie's Detroit way back. Blondie's in Detroit. Recently ordered the Atlantic Years CD box set. Yeah, the riffs were killer. Dark Wizard, welcome, man. Nice to see you. So, Jakey Lee was Ozzy's second best guitarist after Randy. I'll take Jakey over Zach. Yeah, I'll take Jakey over Zach anytime. Yeah, for me, Jakey's a whole other level. Again, that's just me. Zach's cool too. But give me Jakey. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Cool, yeah. Yeah, let me know if anybody's got any gear questions or questions about even YouTube. Speaking of YouTube, I'm still inching my way to 5,000 subscribers. I think I'm at 46 something right now. So yeah, share, spread the joy, folks. Help me get to 5,000. Yeah, Daniel, it doesn't get a lot of love, Ultimate Sin. You saw Jake with Red Dragon Cartel, Dark Wizard. Is that after they got their shit together? Because the first couple of those gigs were rough. And then I think they finally, they were having issues with the singer and stuff. And then I think they settled it down. But I'd love to see Jakey Lee live. Heard Jake mention possibly another Red Dragon and tour soon. Glad he's okay. He got shot a bunch of times, man. He got shot more than once. I know 3 or 4 times he got shot. That's crazy. What happened to him? He's out walking his dog late at night. And the story I heard anyway, he's walking his dog late at night and he sees a couple of guys trying to jack one of his neighbor's car. And he said something to them and whatever, and then they turned around and started shooting at him. Ozzy wanted Gary Moore back. Way back. Yeah, Spencer. Yeah, I heard that story. Yeah, I don't think that would have been a good fit. Personally, I don't think that would have worked. Ever had or attempted? I did a Dan. We did a Van Halen show, And yes, I did listen to Van Halen 3, and it was like it was hard to listen to Van Halen 3. I mean, there was not, I don't know. And then there's that one song that Eddie actually sings on that with the piano. That's what I remember from it. Yeah, there was yeah, very few redeeming qualities on that record. 2015 the show was. Okay. Oh, you're talking about Red Dragon. Yeah, okay. Yeah, Daniel. Pete hit the 100K. That's awesome. Yeah. So he got shot in the dark. Oh, dun dun. Rim shot. uh, were you saving that one up for a while, Guitar Man 45, or did that just pop out of your head? That's good. Gear question. I have this friend who has to sneak 4 guitars and Princeton reverb into his house. Best way to do this. Okay. So the best way to sneak stuff in and out of the house is to use a gig bag and use the same gig bag every time, right? If the wife notices 4 different colored cases or 4 different looking cases, she'll get suspicious. You just take a single gig bag and just bring everything in with the same gig bag. They have no idea that it's a different guitar every time. To buy one of his Friedman. Oh, hey Jeff C. The red Tolex Jakey Lee Friedmans. Yeah, that'd be cool. I think the first batch kind of sold out right away, Jeff C. I think that's what happened there. I don't know if they're still making them. Uh, Jakey Lee, Tommy Bolin, and Paul Chapman, great replacements for the originals. Yeah, Paul Chapman. Yeah, okay. I prefer the Shanker stuff though. I think Gary Moore wanted to deal with Ozzy's behavior. Yeah, it could have been that, and I don't know. I think Gary Moore was more of his own man. Like I mean, he did obviously work with Thin Lizzy, but they were buddies. And they were both, from Ireland, and they were buddies, and that's kind of why. But even I mean, he left, and I've seen a bunch of. I mean, I'm a huge Thin Lizzy fan, so I've seen everything on YouTube about it and interviews with him and stuff. And he said, hey, he just, he could not stand going out on stage and not performing at the top of their game, and Phil was at a point there where like he wasn't performing well, and Gary's like, you know what, I'm out of here. So he's that kind of guy, and that's why he likes. He likes. God rest his soul. Rest in peace. But that's why he split, and he sort of did his own thing. The funny thing with Gary Moore though is, and I'm going to be doing a Gary Moore show here, hopefully in the next month or two. I love Gary Moore, and I've not done a Gary Moore show. I did do in my rankings of my top 25 guitars, but I haven't done a show like talking about his records and stuff, and I will be doing one in hopefully the next 2 months. But when I got into Gary Moore, it was the blues. It was that Still Got the Blues record. That's the album that was my way into Gary Moore. I didn't know really, Corridors of Power, any of that heavy rock stuff. That's where I got into him, and then I kind of went backwards. But man, that guy is just the perfect mix of emotion, fire, technical ability, right? But everything is so steeped in emotion, and just he's just a phenomenal player. I absolutely love Gary Moore. Yeah, that's right. Exactly, Paul. One gig bag, and you just keep using that same gig bag. Being shipwrecked, creative CDs washes up on shore and is full of mediocre things like Van Halen 3. We want more, yeah. Yeah, Gary, the facial scar. I mean, I've heard stories about how he got that. Apparently, that happened in a bar when he was um, somebody was being rude to his girlfriend or something, and then basically went at him with a cracked bottle. And that's yeah. I met Gary Moore in a small venue here with John Sykes. Oh, really? That's very cool, man. Yeah, he's. I mean, I've never met him, but he seems to be also one of those guys that he doesn't tolerate any bullshit. Gary Moore. He looked very straight, sort of brass tacks type of dude. That's the way he comes off in interviews and stuff, right? But amazing guitar player. I mean, no doubt, just phenomenal. Like I've watched shit, man. I mean, I watch a lot of concerts on YouTube, and I think I've seen every Gary Moore show I can find. I'll watch it. You know, even when he went to that, there was a period there in the '90s where he was kind of lost with the music he was making and stuff. But man, he still just played so well. Just great to watch him play. Never got into Vandenberg, Dan. Are you into fusion players like Holsworth, DiMeola, Frank Ambali? Um, you know, with the fusion stuff, some of it I just can't get into. You know what I like? What that being said, the one guy that I can watch play fusion. I mean, maybe you don't even want to put that under the heading of fusion, but the guy I love watching is Guthrie Govan. I mean, I've seen a lot of his stuff too live. You know, where he's just playing. I mean, I saw a show recently. He's in Japan and he's playing with all these Japanese musicians, and he's just like just effortless stuff just coming out. And I guess you'd call that fusion, or you know, um, I guess you would call it fusion. And, all instrumental music. It's phenomenal. But there's other, like I tried listening to Pat Metheny, and I don't know. I just can't get into it. There's certain things that like I'll give anything a shot, but there's certain bands and certain musicians that I just, for whatever reason, I just can't get into them. Al Di Meola, was it Electric Gypsy? I remember getting into that record big time. That is the one where he's got the black Les Paul and there's a woman dancing behind him. That's Electric Gypsy, right? Somebody help me out. That record I dug. Guthrie can play anything. He's on a different level. Yeah, Guthrie is, and I've seen Guthrie with the Aristocrats. I can get into that. I saw him with the Aristocrats, and I'm like 10 feet away from him, and I'm just watching him, and I'm like, is this guy even human? Just the shit he's doing is unfreaking believable. Great. Pete Willis and Steve Clark were as a pair. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, some might argue that was the best lineup of Def Leppard, right? You know. Um what after Pete Willis was Pyromania, right? That was the first record without him. And that's kind of where my Def Leppard listening ends. But I understand that some of the songs on that he was still involved with in the writing. Could be wrong. Dwight Bailey, sorry I missed you. How are you? But he's saying hello. It's cool. Our Buckethead album's good. Yeah, Buckethead's cool. I mean, I can't say I've listened to a Buckethead record, but I remember seeing some like live stuff of his on YouTube, and it was pretty cool. He plays like a longer scale neck, like a baritone guitar. It's a Les Paul. The video I saw, it's a white Les Paul. It's got a kill switch on it, and the neck is like that long. Right, you can't even see my hand. It's off screen, but yeah. So I think that's what he plays. Oh, Pete did co-write one of the hits on Pyramid. Okay, so I wasn't off my wagon. I don't know if you know this, but there's a obscure band from Texas called Black House. 3-piece, only one album. 19th Southern rock band ZZ Top meets Molly Hatchet. I think you would like it. Well, if they sound like ZZ Top, I probably will. Black Horse. Black Horse. All right, hopefully I'll remember that and I'll check it out. Yeah, sounds good, Tyler. Messed it up at the end. Yeah, my whole arm here is like killing me from raking leaves and then putting up Christmas lights. They have like, I don't know. Hopefully it'll all clear up and I'll be able to play this week for rehearsal. Frank Marino. Yes. Love Frank Marino. Yeah. I get this record. It's the live record where he's doing like I'm a King Bee and Purple Haze. I forget the name of it. But that was my first exposure to Frank Marino. And what I love about him is just the way he kind of weaves a bunch of different styles together. Like, you know, he'll be playing, you know, like a bluesy thing, and then he like just morphs into this like jazzy bebop stuff, and then goes back to like a heavy rock thing. And he's just the guy. It's like his reservoir of musical knowledge and ability is just it's endless, you know. So he can just take all these little pieces and just kind of string them together, and just do it so seamlessly that. You know, it's really impressive, right? Yeah. Oh, is it? Thank you, Spencer. It's hard to tell because it's not sounding too great on my end here. But at least as long as it's sounding good out there. Yeah, Spencer, I picked up one of these Vailton multi-effects units. So hopefully the tones will get better. Yeah. Got more chops than Sam the Butcher. That is true. Was amazing seeing him with Humble Pie and Angel in seven. I was gonna say, how long ago was that? 79. That's a hell of a. Humble Pie was still around in 79? I didn't know that. That's an impressive lineup. That was my first concert I ever went to was in 79. It was, of course, Kiss on the Destroyer tour. Or not Destroyer, sorry, Dynasty. Wally in the Box. How's it going, man? Kinger's Music. Welcome. Yeah, that's a hell of a show, man. There's a live video of Frank Marino from Day at the... Yeah, I think I saw that, Tyler. Yeah. Yeah, he's wearing like a white... I think he's all in white. And of course he's playing the SG. I think that's pretty much all he ever played. A heavily modded SG. It was an SG with the dot inlays though, so it was like what do they call those? The specials, I think. Not sure. Yeah. So again, folks, I'm trying to hit the 5,000 subscriber mark. So please share the video. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. Try to get this thing up to 5,000. I appreciate you all being here on a Saturday night. Hope you're not all hungover, having a food hangover from Thanksgiving. Everybody saying hello to each other? Cool. Nice. Yeah, let me know if anybody's got any questions gear wise or gig wise. If you want to hear some gig stories, we've got tons of those. Soft Frank the Dane 77 Moxie. There's another Canadian band. They got their first album is really good. That's the one I remember. I've listened. I think that's the one that stuck out for me. Was the very first Moxie record. Good record. Frank and Nugent jammed at Kel Jam. Ticket was $2. That's a Ted Nugent song. What's the other one? It's the only riffs I know of Ted's. Or Wango Tango. Is that by Hammersmith today? Record. Another Hammersmith. Never heard of Hammersmith. Still love Bush Caddy. Rush. Getty's my favorite bass. Oh, I love Rush. Love Rush. Ted opened 3 times for Kiss. He was always good. I saw Ted open for Kiss once too. Don't ask me what tour that was. It was one of the, like Asylum or Animalize, one of those. Thanks, Gary. Happy it sounds good out there because it doesn't sound too good up in here. You had that Limelight riff ready. There's a couple of riffs that Rush riffs that I always play. That's one of them. The other one was Stop there because the last time I did that I got a copyright claim. John Sykes, amazing riffs. Yeah, you know, that my favorite Thin Lizzy record, and I know this is blasphemy, but my favorite Thin Lizzy record is Thunder and Lightning with John Sykes. I maybe it's because it's probably the first no, Jailbreak came. That was the first Thin Lizzy record I really listened to, and then I went backwards. But man, I just love that record. You know, Bad Habits. You know, Cold Sweat. How's that go? I mean, it's just killer. I mean, that whole record is just killer. Love it. Turn Up the Radio by Autograph. Turn up the radio. No. Not a big fan of that song. Yeah. Yeah, and then Thunder and Lightning too. That's like, that is really fast and really, that's almost prog. The actual title cut to Thunder and Lightning. But yeah, I loved Sykes with Thin Lizzy. Loved it. Yeah. Okay, we got a few more minutes left here, folks. Let me know if you got any other comments or things you want to mention about the channel. Like I said, coming up wise, I got a show with Martin and Pete coming up in about 2 or 3 weeks. I'll be doing another song for Charles. It'll be a cult song that I'll be covering, but I'll do it on his channel first before I release it. And I'll probably get a copyright claim because he sent me the song and he stripped Billy off it so that I can do the guitar parts. And it's a song I used to cover. So yeah, and again, check out my playlist for, you know, a lot of songs, a lot of covers, you know. And I'm going to play one. I'm going to close the show today playing a track, showing you a video of a show that I did about 8 years ago when I had the longer hair. I was trying to grow out my hair anyways. And I was probably about 30 pounds lighter. The Snowy White, you know what? There's a video, a Thin Lizzy video with Snowy White playing with them. And that guy just looked like, he just stuck out like a sore thumb. He did not blend in with that band at all. And that's not a knock against Snowy White. It just wasn't a good fit, I don't think. And the Snowy White record, it's Johnny the Fox, right? Was that the Snowy White record, or did he do Renegade too, or was it just Johnny the Fox? Somebody help remind me. But I mean, I don't know. I liked I mean, obviously, Brian Robbo, I liked a lot in that band. I like John Sykes in that band. I love Gary Moore, Black Rose in that band. Black Rose and Bad Reputation with Gary Moore. You know, the John Sykes, those for me were the weaker records. Chinatown and Renegade. What did I say? Johnny the Fox. Yeah, Chinatown and Renegade, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I would say of all the guitarists they had that filled that slot, he's definitely my least favorite. You know, and the Renegade record for me is, actually both those records is like, yeah, give me Fighting, give me, like I said, Bad Reputation, give me Black Rose, give me Thunder and Lightning, you know, Jailbreak, I guess, you know, Jailbreak. I'll watch you when I'm able to. I'll work and Noel, thank you for your time, info, and jamming. We love you, bro. Oh, thank you so much, Wally. Appreciate that, buddy. Trying to remember all the parts to it. I used to play that. I used to cover that song years ago. Ever hear The Fire Down Under by Riot? Yeah, I did. I listened to, again, another one of those bands that, like I said, people talk about Riot. I'm like, okay, let me check out Riot. And there's some stuff of theirs is okay. I can't say I'm a huge fan. I think that was their sort of most popular record. But yeah, it just, it's okay. It just didn't really grab me. Didn't really grab me. Yeah. All right, folks. So hang out for a little bit longer. Check out this live track from about 8 years ago. It's from a cancer fundraiser that my wife used to organize. It's a nice stage. It's actually well recorded. The video's pretty good and the sound's pretty good. This was a band I was in called 8 Track, and this is us covering Heartbreaker by Pat Benatar, and it's my wife singing. So check it out. I want to wish you guys might be a little late, but a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you soon here. All right, check out the video.
A Heartbreaker. you.